show this thing. No matter they no fit stop me. Well done.
Exactly. Thank you very
Well
much.
done. Well done. Well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Quick feedback for me. The very first thing is uh, I think I'm a bit uncomfortable with the choice of the one-page visual style that you choose.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know, it's making it a bit difficult for you to navigate. And I know you have the points there. You want us to be able to, to hear you more clearly and see your visuals succinctly. But the choice of putting it all together on one page and then you have to slide left, slide right, move up, or all on one page kind of inhibit your flow. It didn't allow you to have that freedom of being able to just press a key and it goes to the slide that you want to focus on. So next time I think you might have to relook the choice of the presentation style that you use. I know the hackathon allow you to use that PDF, PowerPoint, even
Yeah.
show us really on Power BI or whatever, but the choice
Okay.
for me it was a bit awkward. All right.
Okay. Thank
Then
you.
I also see that yes, you did some analysis, but most of the focus area and your points were actually from the general viewpoint as against what the data is saying. You weren't putting a laser focus on the analysis and saying, no, this is what it says. This is my analysis from the data set. This is what the inference I draw from this particular analysis of the particular data set you give to me. You say, but you went a bit more general and broad. It's like a research around mortality a bit more than actually using the data to tell the story. And this hackathon is necessarily uh, based on the data set you were given, what are the insights you can provide from it, and then what are the recommendations you can give to those insights. That's what I also want to give back to you as a feedback. But generally, it's a great work done, and I like your communication skill also. Well done.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful also.
Thank you so much, Olutoyin. Any other comments from any of the judges?
I think I'll just also say what Olutoyin said. I think the format of the presentation was more fitted for a written submission, or if you were submitting to a paper. But because you were presenting, it would have been easier for you to present the information where you're able to take us on a journey and we can look at one thing on the screen at a time. I also noticed that you had the numbers and you had the story, and I don't know if it was because of the limitation of the presentation style, but what I was seeing on screen wasn't really tying into what you were saying. So it was slightly difficult for me to understand what your actual recommendation and what inferences you were making with regards to what were the leading factors. And I think that's the question of the hackathon, was for you to help us understand what might be the leading factors affecting infant mortality rate and those recommendations to address them. You had the content, obviously. I was zooming into different parts of your document, but
Okay.
I wasn't
Okay.
able, I had to make the effort to understand what you were trying to
Okay.
tell me.
Okay. I think I did actually make reference, probably due to the network glitch. Maybe we missed it at that point in time. We actually make reference to the causes of this increase of mortality. It does not mean that Africa and Globe are actually not doing anything when it comes to this issue, but they are trying, but more is needed to be done. And that's why that trend of chart emphasize a drop down over time. And we saw areas that needs to improve. If you toggle on the analysis with the drop chart, you see areas that needs to be improved by each countries and also by regions.
All right. Thank you, Sherifat, and thank you, Jesse. I think that will be all from the judges for now till they give a general feedback to everyone. Okay, so over to the judges, please. Let's make sure that we've scored everyone that came to the hackathon, because it's a collective pool, right? And if one person is not scoring, it's going to affect the entire overall score itself. Okay, so Sherifat, Favor, Olutoyi, and of course Suki, please let's confirm that we've been able to score every other person. that has presented already?
Yeah, I've scored everyone.
I'm done. I'm
Thank you.
done too. Yeah.
How about you, Favor?
I've done the same.
All right, Sherifat, are you there? Hello, Sherifat, are you there?
I'm just doing the final person now. I'm just doing
right,
just
so
this
why
one.
Okay, all right, that's fine, Sherifat. So while you are doing yours, and then our data guys are trying to compute the overall score, I mean, this is also a time for general feedback for everyone that have been to this presentation, to both the participants and also the people that have been here to listen to everyone. So over to you, judges. We want to, have 5 minutes each to address everything that you've witnessed so far today.
Ladies
Okay,
first.
I think I have my battery is quite low, so I think I just let me quickly say something, then charge it up before we get to the final presentation, the final round. Okay, just a quick one. When it comes to hackathon like this, right, there's a lot of analysis, right, that you can do. You can continuously drill down, but what I would always advise you to do, just try to pick out your business question that you want to answer. The thing is that choosing a business question would help you streamline your presentation, especially when it's time constrained, right? So you can probably, if the time it's just 10 minutes, yeah, you can decide to, okay, let me set like 3 or 2 business questions and just try to, focus on that. It would help you a lot, right? Then the other one, preparation as well from the presentation. You all did very well, but one thing I observed was that some of you did not prepare, and when you don't prepare, it's so obvious. We can tell that you did not prepare, especially those of you who did not time limit. So try to always prepare. Very, very key. Another thing is yes, try to also include your references and resources to your slide, right? As a data professional, one thing is you are also like a researcher, right? So you must always include references, resources to your slide if you're getting images or a standard data set or any other thing. Very important to include that to your slide. Then another one, learn hook principle, right? For some of you, it got to a point where I think I lost track, right? So yeah, so you can carry your audience along in your presentation, and then when you're presenting to audience like that, you're not using too technical terms that might be difficult to understand. Definitely, if you're speaking or presenting to your colleagues, yeah, their capacity, but in a hackathon like this, try to be use terms that are easy. Then importantly, I have just stop here so that other judges can give their own feedback. But one very important thing, please always give justification. Your presentation, anything, your decision, please provide justification. Very important. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Favor. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I don't know who wants to go next. Suki, Olutoi, and Sherifat.
Sure, I can go for sure.
Go for it.
Okay, yeah.
Go for it, Suki.
Go for it, Sherifat.
Go for it.
Okay, all right.
I said ladies first.
I'll keep it short. So yeah, for one, I think it was just so good to see the different flavors of presentation across board. It's a joy to watch, and that's the thing about data. I usually say that data is everything, and at the same time, data is nothing. Data is everything because you can do a lot with data, but you have to come to the table to understand what the business ask is and trying to fine tune your analysis and what you're trying to do with that. And I think in terms of data as well, when you're making presentations like this, try to help us get comfortable with what you've done. So because whatever you garbage in is what you garbage out. So from the data, if you add to do some form of filtering, taking out certain parts of the element, let your audience know ahead of time. If you have to take, a market data, external data added to that, let them know ahead of time. So we understand the authenticity and more like that data governance around what you use to present this. And then from a presentation standpoint, I think one thing you can see is that whenever we're making presentations like this, regardless of who it is, the goal is to evoke change. If you're presenting to a client, the goal is for the client to go with your submission, to be able to go with your ideas and move in that strategy. If you're presenting to anybody, it's to evoke change. That means that it is very critical for you to be able to sell us in a direction while still keeping the table open. I'm saying that because a lot of the things that were said today, we were and I'll come to recommendation: increase vaccination, increase income. We get that, but how exactly? There were certain data points. I remember there was one that I saw that someone showed Malawi, how they've been able to move from, improve their mortality rate because they actually, in their graph, they have more medical professionals attending to mothers, and that actually improved their rate. So you can use that as a case study to say, a case study with Malawi, this is what happened. If we can implement that across other sub-Saharan nations, maybe, bring us home and use best practices within the same region that can say this is a possible solution. Everybody said the same, overarching stuff. Of course, we know we have to increase vaccination, but how exactly? And if you're able to pinpoint that, it separates you from the crowd, right? The other thing is be able to, like I said, try to double click on certain factors. You don't need to boil the ocean. There are so many factors here. There are so many other presenters that will choose so many things. Choose 2 of the 4 major things that you think are the biggest drivers for mortality rate, and then double click on those 2 to then find a solution. That would help you. That way, we are not lost in the analysis paralysis that we've seen, trying to go down to this at the top. You try to find, and it starts from you trying to tell the story from the beginning. This is the prompt. This is what we're trying to get to. This is how we can get that. This is what I see from the data. And like I've said to us, and take some time to pause, because you're trying to evoke change. Give your audience opportunity to sit back, assimilate that information, and then load on the next layer. So that way they follow through and the message comes home. And finally, I would say for you all, everybody on this call should be your community. They should be your community of data enthusiasts, data scientists, data analysts. They should be people you should be working with now going forward, because you never know where they could be, where you could be. You can never know the kind of best solution you could create for Africa, for Nigeria, for Surulere. Let this be your community. Work with them, meet with them, have lunch with them. You guys look around for a problem within your little environment that you can work on together, because data is the future and you guys are right at the end of it. So make sure everybody on this call is part of your community. But again, kudos to the team, kudos to 10Alytics, and to everything you've all done today.
All right, thank you so much, Suki. We appreciate that. Okay, I hope every other person on this call, we are taking notes of things, because this is a yearly event that we try to make sure that we have every year. So you can start now to prepare and put into practice every single thing that the judges are saying. Okay, if you're able to implement everything that they said, trust me, by next year, you are going to be part of the people that is going to be presenting here. Okay, let's move over to Olutoyin and also hear what he has to say.
All right. Thank you so very much. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 things, but I will say it very briskly. To our participants, I want to encourage, well done. I mean, you've done fantastically well. I must say it. I'm impressed. And I'm very sure this is just your beginning. The sky is too small a place for feedback. Is that for. I think when you finish, I know you have short period of time, just check all your work and tick the box that everything listed in the question that was given to you is actually covered. I can remember a couple of the presenters did not do anything around prediction, 50-50. Some talk about prediction, some did not. But that word, prediction, building a model that will predict or that will attempt to even predict is part of the questions that was given to us. Please let's ensure that we tick all the boxes next time when we have such an opportunity. That's number one. Number two, I said 4, understand the tools. Understand the tools. Understand the tools. I can't overemphasize that. Understand the tools. If you are using a box plot, I saw someone use a box plot, but I was asking myself, why box plot? So you must understand the data visualization tools available to you and when each of them is appropriate for use. If you use, I remember one person that used the histogram, and I pointed out the fact that for that kind of data presentation, histogram is in the best. I'm repeating this because some of you were not in the room when we picked up some of those things. So understand your tools. Somebody used the correlation matrix. So being able to interpret the figure of a correlation matrix is very important. So the fact that you draw the correlation matrix, what exactly does the low figure mean? What does the high figure mean? You need to understand those tools. If you are throwing them out at all in the front of your users. I'm saying this because I've sat in boardrooms when, as head of data for a multinational, the chairman of the board is so tech savvy that if you just use anything thinking you are, let me use that word loosely, we use bobo in this part of the world, that you can just throw the big words and all that, you will be dragged. Imagine if your board chairman is putting a hole in your presentation because you mentioned something that ordinarily among the non-techie people, you will go scrub it, they will even clap for you, and your board picked that hole, you are in soup. So if you are using any data tool, as small as your measures of dispersion, if you throw median when you're supposed to be using mode, trust me, it can cost your job because people just trust you. So please, data scientists, know your tools, know when it is to use them, and when you are speaking, know that you've crossed your T's and dot your I's, or as far as the theory behind those tools are concerned. Skill up to that level. That's my second point. The third one is that, yes, I mentioned that some people, when they presented, just for the general others who were not there, understand your rate and your ratio, mortality rate versus mortality count. And, I hear most of my judges and most of our judges also emphasizing that, there are two different things. So make sure that you know when to use ratio, when to use actual count. And number 4 is that don't misuse this opportunity. Don't misuse this opportunity. I said earlier jokingly, if I were you, it would be on my LinkedIn now. I participated in, 10Alytics hackathon, top 10. I don't even say whether I win or I didn't win. Top 10 out of 1,500 participants. That already tells you. Whether you win or you don't win is another, but top 10, put it out there, and then look for internship opportunities within the industry. I wish you all the very best. Keep your ears on the ground. There are opportunities out there for data scientists, for data analysts. Just make sure that you have your ears on the ground, irrespective of the country where you work or where you are participating from. Thank you once again for the opportunity to 10Alytics, and thanks my colleagues for participating. All the best, all the best, all the best.
All right, thank you so much, Olutoyin. Sherifat, you may want to do the honors of rounding up.
Thank you, not FMN, Chukwemeka. Firstly, I want to say a big congratulations to everybody that participated, everybody that signed up, the 1,000 of you, the 119 people that made it to submission, and the top 10. I think, as Olutoyin has said, you made it to the top 10 of a global analytics hackathon. That is something to celebrate already. And considering the short time, you had 10 hours, you had data sets that you've never seen. Some of you had medical background, which is good for you because you had that context. Some of you had no medical background, and you've been given data sets to look at a SDG code that has some medical context. So you've done fantastic work making it up to this point, and I would say congratulations to all of you for that. I've got a few things, and there are 3 buckets. One is just a general advice to say, when you have a hackathon, or when you have a presentation, or when you do anything with data, start with your objective in mind. Now, a lot of you did start, and it was clear that you did some exploratory data analysis to understand the data set, but you got distracted with the main question, and then you pursued everything that your exploratory data analysis results showed you. As Olutoyin said, I'm not sure if it was Olutoyin or Sukomi that said, you need to be able to identify what was the question I'm trying to answer, what's the judging criteria, and use that to then guide where you go into further analysis and what you deep dive into. So there was a lot of deep dive into everything that you saw, and that also affected time. The second thing I wanted to talk about was time management, and I think that also ties back into storytelling. Is you knew that you had 10 minutes. I think many of you started with talking to us about how many countries are in Africa, what infant mortality is, the effect of infant mortality. If the hackathon has been designed to look at infant mortality, there was already background information where we understood what infant mortality was. So you might have saved yourself some 2, 3, 4 minutes if you had just gone straight into what you were asked to present. Somebody started with an overview of her analysis approach, and I thought that was really good because it's an analytics hackathon. So starting that storytelling with, this is my approach, and then she stepped us through it. So going back to storytelling, then my recommendation is, if you had to do a presentation later in future, start with storyboarding. Think about what's the journey that you want to take your audience on, and start with that storyboarding of, this is how I take them on the journey. This is how many minutes I assign to each part. And that will guide you as to what you add to your presentation. It's not everything in real life. When you've analyzed data, it's not every result that you saw when you were analyzing the data that you go and present. You go and present the one that drives the conclusion or the recommendation that you're trying to make. Olutoyin also talked about tools. A common theme I noticed was we forgot that visuals are actually communication tools. And when you use visuals, you want to make sure that it was clear. There were many visuals that I saw today that what the visual was showing me and what the presenter was saying were 2 different things. And it's back to understanding, when should you use what visual and how should you use visuals? And it's even back to coloring. How do I use the color schemes? How do I highlight the key thing I want to show and use a different color? And I don't want to just leave you with the feedback. I'm going to recommend 2 books to anybody on the call that I think is really good for data storytelling and for helping you figure out how to use visualization. One is called Information is Beautiful, and the second one is Colorwise by Kate Strachini. I can send the links to both, but both books help you to understand how to use visuals and when to use what visuals, and how those visuals are communication tools and how to use them to communicate. And finally, talking about, I think I talked about the analysis method. I think my final feedback, Chukwemeka, is to the 10Alytics guys to say this was fantastic. What might be good for the next academy split, if we could actually split the groups into this analyst and one for less experienced analysts. Because I feel like we compare people to each other.
All right. Thank you so much, Sherifat. So other judges, you guys didn't give us feedback as well. I think your feedback was just meant for
yes.
the participants, but we also love to see from you as well, the same way as well.
Okay, well done. I was thinking we were going to give that to you off camera.
Same here.
You know.
Yeah. Okay. All right, that's fine. That's fine. All right, that's fine. Thank you so much, Sherifat. Thank you so much, Olutoyin. Thank you so much, Favor. And thank you so much, Suki. Elijah, I don't know if you want to say a couple of words, and also Isosa, before we bring up the results and call it a day from here. So everyone that have been interacting with Elijah, this is the face of the Elijah that everybody has been speaking to. Okay, so you get to see him face to face right now. Elijah, please go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. To be very honest, really proud of this. From Olutoyin down to exactly was on time. He's also here with us today. I really do appreciate you, Sukomi, for taking out time. Also, Sherifat sent me a message that he needed to be in our data's function. I was like, okay, you just to be there, even if it is to carry your device, just go ahead, take your device down to your data's function. You can always give me your constructive feedback. I really do appreciate you for coming on. Sharing part about showing favor and Sukomi. And I have interest come on set to say one of the just sending in communication on the platform. So Arafat, you want to show yourself, let everyone see your beautiful faces and handsome faces. Dr. I don't know if you're on the call yet. So Dr. is actually handling he handled this project end to end and it's currently live streaming to LinkedIn and also YouTube. I don't know, Dotun, if you're on the call too as well. You want to put up your hand so that we can see you and also spotlight you. Arafat, Dotun. Are you guys good to go? We don't want to show your face. All right. Okay, Omomi, I think also Omomi is on the call too as well. Reaching out to Omomi, who is the CTO of Gary. It's also one of the icing on the cake for us here. And we wanted to do something with an organization who is also at the forefront of providing experience sharing for data end users, and we had to reach out to the Gary team. Very, very fantastic individual, and it was nice partnering with them on this project. So sad Dotso is not able to unmute himself. I would have really loved us to see the brain behind the project end to end, and and we had a lot of reviewers from yesterday. We had to sleep around 2. Yeah, I think just after 2. I also saw Chuko Emeka, who is the CEO too. I also saw leading the review. The review team. It was an interesting journey. I'm not gonna lie to you. I also saw Mary Precious. I don't know if they're on set now, and Jedediah too. I really, really appreciate you, for the work you were able to do behind the scene. All right, so I believe you can take it off. But before we take it off, you take it off, I really want Favor is there an opportunity for you to put up your camera. Favor and Sherifat, I would always want to do this, take a snapshot of all the judges and everyone in the spotlight. We need this for for the ground. Very, very important. So, so please just smile and smile for the camera. So I just quickly take a snapshot and you'll get to see the images on LinkedIn and also doing this with us. I really do appreciate you for your time. We'll take another one again. So just give me a minute. Take another one. Take one. I'm going to take another one again. So please position very well so that we all have nice faces on LinkedIn. All right? Yeah, good. Thank you. There you go. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, over to you, Chukwuemeka.
All right. Thank you so much, Elijah. Thank you. And thank you once more to all the participants that we have. Like I mentioned earlier, we had 1,050 people that registered for this exam program. And then we had 119 people turning their case studies, their reports to show what they've been able to come up with. And then from there, we're able to come up with only 10 people to present. So you've seen the journey is not an easy one. So like I said, we are all winners. Elijah, please, can you make my second device a co-host so that I can bring up the results immediately? All right. So we are all winners here. And no matter where you're joining from, just make sure that you bask in your prowess to say that you are part of a global hackathon. So I'm going to bring up the results in the next few minutes.
Before you bring up the results, sorry, Chukwuemeka, I would love to appreciate everyone, and especially everyone that stayed on the call till now. I don't think the numbers dropped. I think when we started, we were about 150 thereabouts, and it's been 3 hours on the call, and we are 140.
And 3 hours.
That is amazing. That shows that we actually enjoyed the session and that we learned a lot. And I want to let everyone know that each and every one of you are winners. I know at this point it might sound cliche. Yeah, of course they're going to say I'm a winner, but I'm not going to end up winning the prize. But you are actually a winner. Each and every one of you, from Ferran to Fayokemi to Ifeanyi. I would not be able to mention the names of each and every person on the call, but I want you guys to know that each and every one of you are winners. And so now we can see the results. I think at this point, this is where they play that song, Stand Up, Stand Up.
I was showing the results. Yes, I didn't know I was showing the results already. Oh, God, I didn't know. I didn't know.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God. All right, that's fine. Thank you so much for that, Aisosa. Okay, and thank you once more to everyone that participated today. So, as collated and verified by the best tech companies out there. Elijah, want to play a song? As collated and verified by the best tech companies out there, 10Alytics and Amdari, I will just do the honors of presenting the results for today. Elijah, I want to override your own screen and show mine.
Yeah, please do pin your screen. So I'll just play this on the background.
Elijah. All right. So
yeah.
All right.
Go ahead, Chukwemeka, please. Override, please.
So as collected by 10Alytics and Amdari data analysts, this is the results that we have for today from all our amazing judges. Remember, like I mentioned, we only built the pipeline. The results was just collected from individual scores that all the judges had to input in their own sheets. And today we have Oluwaseun starting from 57%, and then Mustafa at 58.5%, then Jesse at 59.4%, and then Ibrahim Ismailia at 59.50%, then Mweze Chimobi at 61.40%, Richard Gidi at 64.50%, Oluwabamishe Omolasho 67%, then Uchendu Ebube taking the third position at 72.20%, then Chinonso Okonkwo 73.50 taking the second position, and then of course the winner for today is Daniel Obi Enadweze at 79.50. So a very big congratulations to each and every one of you, starting from Daniel to Oluwaseun for participating in this amazing hackathon for today. And in the next coming days, we're definitely going to reach out to you with respect to how we are going to all work together. Like I always tell everyone, we are all product of hackathons. We all started our life from like hackathons, and today we know where we are. So your own story may also be about to change. So congratulations to Daniel, congratulations to Chinonso, congratulations to Uchendo, congratulations to Oluwabamishe, congratulations to Richard, congratulations to Chimobi, Ibrahim, Jesse, Mustafa, and of course Oluwaseun, and to everyone that stayed on this exact call from the beginning, 2 p.m. West African time, till this very moment, 7 p.m. West African time. We say a very big thank you. And on behalf of the management of 10Alytics and also Amdari, remember, we are the go-to company when it comes to tech trainings, data analytics, data science, data engineering, financial analytics, HR analytics, agile project management, cybersecurity, and of course, soon to come AI engineering. And when you want to get internship experience, can also look at Amdari because they're also there to equip you with all the real life internships that you need for you to be able to survive in the tech ecosystem. So this is where we draw the curtain for tonight. And I say a very big congratulations to everyone, to the judges, to us, and to everyone that participated. Cheers, guys, and do have a wonderful, wonderful week ahead, guys. Bye for now.
Yeah, thank you so very much. Okay, very quick one. Chinonso Okonkwo, I struggle to see you on LinkedIn. If you don't mind, could you please just look up for me and then connect, or just drop your LinkedIn profile on the chat room. Every other person I could locate you, but for Chinonso Okonkwo, isn't coming out.
All right, thank you so much for that. We can see our amazing Dotson. He decided to show his face. He's the brain behind this exact hackathon that we just had right now. So thank you so much, Dotson. You're also a winner, and congratulations to you as well. I don't know, this is points where everyone gets to interact. So just feel free to chat till 7 p.m. West African time. Feel free to connect in the chat box. Feel free to do anything that you want in the chat box. By 7 p.m. West African time, we will be shutting down the platform. Okay, and to all the winners who have your details, we are going to reach out to each and every one of you. And if you think that you want to be able to learn, remember, you can always reach out to 10Alytics. And if you want to have internship experience, you can also reach out to our partner, Amdari, with respect to getting all these skills fully equipped for your 2025. Like I always tell everyone during my masterclass, the best time to get into the tech ecosystem is last 5 years. The next best time is today. Cheers, guys, and bye for now.
Hello, Chukwemeka. Is there a possibility you want to say the prices without work?
Okay, so yeah, I've already shared the prices before now, so I think I shared it earlier. Let me bring it up again. So to the first person, you are going home with a whooping sum of $700, and to the second position, you are going home with $500. To the third person, you are going home with $300, and then fourth position, fifth position, you are going to have 3 months internship experience with Amdari. And of course, all this also comes with other non-quantifiable winnings, like publications that we're going to make globally with your name out there, showing that you are also a winner. And to each and every one of you that your name is not here or you're not amongst the first 5, like I said, you are also a winner, because the experience that you just got now is something that you cannot actually quantify easily. Okay, so these are the prize awards for people that are going to be taken home. Okay, so Elijah, do we have anybody that joined? Okay, I don't know. Are they still on the call? The winners, are they still on the call? Let's give them a moment to, say 1 or 2 things. Let's give them a moment. Uchendu, are you there? Elijah, please check if they're on the call.
I'm making them calls. Yeah, I think we have them. Obi is here, also, and we can do so. Just a moment, so they can also say 1 or 2 things.
All right, so make all of them hosts. Let's hear what they also have to say.
All right,
all right. So Daniel, you may want to unmute and speak to us. How do you feel, Daniel? You are $700 richer. All right, Daniel, you are $700 richer that you came to this call. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm still trying to wrap my head around, this competition. I actually participated last year, but I wasn't able to submit. I wasn't able to go.
Yes, no, we got a buy it.
This year, I would, put in my all. So this is very good. I'm very grateful to the opportunity to be able to participate in this competition. Thankful to the organizers, to the judges, most especially for your feedback. They were very, very impactful, and there are things that I'll be taking along with me in my journey as data analyst. And yes, I look forward to further communications with 10Alytics on how we can go forward. But I would still like to again share my gratitude to the opportunity for the platform, because you can be isolated in your home, wherever you are, building your skill, and you only get 1 or 2 chances or one of these opportunities to actually showcase all of the hard-earned skill that you've invested in building. So thank you very much to every member of the 10Alytics team, and also to the judges for your time. It's much appreciated. I'll be rounding up now. I think I've spoken quite a lot, but yeah, thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Daniel. Over to you, Chinon. So Chinon, you want to unmute and also speak to us. I think each year we always have ladies, a lot of ladies amongst the first 3. Even though we have less ladies that compete for the money, we always have them amongst the top 3. So Chinon, you have the floor. Please go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much. God, I'm so happy, and I'm so super, super, super grateful for the opportunity. First of all, like, this doesn't come all the time. There are no opportunities like this for 10Alytics to put forth something like this. It's like absolutely crazy. And I think this challenge just reminded me of like my first hackathon. The first hackathon I partook in, it was supposed to be a day hackathon, and I could barely even get our submission, anything. I was so like all over the place there. And now when 10Alytics announced they were going to do this hackathon, I was like, also, can you do like a day hackathon? It's going to be intensive. It's going to be 10 hours and everybody wants it. Everybody's gunning for it. I mean, the money is there. Like, I'm like, can you do it? I'm like, yeah, I want the money, but can you do it? So to go through the 10 hours trying to craft something, wondering if you're even doing something right and thinking and finally being sure that, okay, yes, you've gotten something, and to make that submission and to wait, that waiting process to think if, oh, did I make it to the top 10, making it to the top 10, and then watching these people evaluate. Like, first of all, I have to give it kudos to the people that had to evaluate the submissions. First of evaluating 100 plus submissions. That must have not been easy at all, trying to stream down so many people that applied, because I know everybody definitely did their own best that they could. So for you guys to be able to like select and make it to this part and just to present, I didn't even expect to be nervous, but I was still nervous in my presentation and everything. But like, I think the one thing I also want to mention, like the judges, I absolutely love the judges. They were professional. They gave constructive criticisms. I mean, I love the way they gave their feedbacks. They would tell you what they like, tell you what you could do better, and for them to take out their time, because me, I don't think they're getting paid to do this, for them to take out their time to come and contribute towards an initiative like this, it's really, really impressive. And first of all, to 10Alytics for putting something together, apart from upskilling people, teaching people, giving them the right skills, you're providing them with an hackathon, an opportunity. Like, that is really impressive. And I'm just like over the moon right now. I feel like a winner. I feel like, you know, Christmas is settled for me. My Christmas is already sweet. This is welcome to December. 30 December. This is it. This is it. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Nozo. Nozo said that December, Christmas is settled for her. Okay, let's hear from you, Uchendu Ebube.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Uchendu. Please go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
I'm so happy. I'm so elated. I've been screaming since non-stop. People even ask me what's going on. I'm so happy to have gotten this. I'm so elated for the opportunity to participate. Initially, when I even started this hackathon, I had a lot of self-doubt. I was like, can I finish this? Can I answer all the questions? Because they were quite a lot and it was quite demanding. I was like, when I saw that I made it to top 10, my God, it was unbelievable for me, because I had, like I said initially, self-doubt that I would, come out on top. But seeing this, it means a lot to me. Like, to come out top 3 is a lot. So I would like to thank 10Alytics. I would like to thank each and every of the judge for your patience, for your guidance, for your constructive criticism. Thank you for your corrections. I would definitely improve on my presentations going forward. And I would, I'm sure the rest. I hope that this is like just a beginning to a great milestone for me in data analytics. I am super proud. I'm like, in my LinkedIn profile, right? I put like data enthusiast for a long time. Like, I've been a data enthusiast, but I'm coming to the realization that I can actually be a data professional. Thank you so much. I hope that I can like use this opportunity to like elevate going forward. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. God bless.
All right.
I was built to be the best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, though I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Here we go, it's getting getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions. Stand up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself up. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions. Stand up.
All right, cheers, everybody. See you guys next year. Same time, same station. Bigger and better, right?